All right, I'm here with a new thing we're doing on the channel. Wanted to try this out. I've seen some videos of this. It looks pretty cool. Fantasy Critic. So I got two very special guests, beloved YouTuber Sky85. Everyone knows him, and esteemed game developer Clardonix from Overbode. So you want to say hello, everyone?
Thank you for having me.
Yeah.
Poggers.
So here are our teams for um, our publishers for this year. Clardonix Media Monopoly, Objosoft, Sky85 Interactive Entertainment. What we're doing here is the rules are you draft the games based off of what you think their overall, I think Metacritic score is going to be. You get points for anything above 70. So, like, say something gets an 80, you get 10 points, but if it gets a 60, you lose 10 points. So, that's the way it goes. There's also counter picks. We'll get into that later. But right now, we're going to draft 9 games and then have 9 pickup games that we'll do later in the year after like E3 and everything. So it is Clardonic's move first. I think we all have different ways that we're going to want to do this. So it's his move first. Let's see what he picks. Do you have your game?
Yeah, I'm kind of nervous. I don't want to pick a bunch of stuff that's not gonna release, but I guess I'm gonna start with
Yeah, I should mention if the game doesn't release, you get 0 points.
Mina the Hollower, which is the next game coming out from Yacht Club Games, who made Shovel Knight.
Yeah, I think that's a good choice. The game looks really good. Looks like a
So
Link's Awakening type game.
yeah,
More like I guess the Oracle games on Game Boy Color.
I think it's pretty safe. Okay, I drafted.
I think that's a good choice. All right, so it's my turn to draft. Let's see. I'm gonna go with the easiest, most obvious choice. I think everyone knows what the choice is, and they can't see it, but you guys can see it. So there it is, locked in. I think that
Yeah,
there is some risk on this one. Of course, this game looks very exciting. I think
there's
there's some
no
risk.
risk.
No, I'm thinking, guys, this will be 6 years into the Switch hardware. Look at how bad games have been running. If this game comes out, there's a chance it could be. I still don't think it's going to be under 70, obviously, but it could only end up in the 80s rather than like the mid 90s. I think what Breath of the Wild is like a 97. So there's
Okay.
still a chance it might not do amazingly, but I obviously this game's exciting. Everyone's excited for this one. We still don't really know a whole lot about it, but I'm thinking it's a good choice. Any other thoughts on Zelda?
No, that's the obvious choice.
I think
I
that's like the most. It's the most popular game on the site right now.
Yeah, I think for good
Yeah,
reason.
it had the highest hype factor.
I don't think they're
Um,
gonna miss the May date, so I'm not worried about that.
no. All right, so it's my turn.
All right, let's.
So I think I'm also gonna pick a rather safe game here. So I'm gonna pick uh Resident Evil 4 remake.
Oh, that's a good one.
Comes out
That's what I
comes
was.
out
Yeah, that's
comes out
March.
from March 24th. I mean, I never played. The only Resident Evil game I played was 5 with Objo Gaming, and
Heck yeah,
you know, Resident Evil
classic.
seems like a very popular franchise from Capcom. So
Four remake
I'm
looks really
sure
good, so
for I'm sure 4 remake will do uh really well.
I think that's a
From what we
90
saw so
plus.
far,
I think
yeah,
that's a
from
90
what we
plus
saw so
Metacritic game.
far, it does look pretty good. There you go.
Excellent choice. I think that's one of the more obvious ones, and I think it's going to be really good. I think it's an easy 90 plus Metacritic game. Um, I mean, the other remakes, I mean, recent Resident Evils have been great. 7 and 8 are great. And the 2 remake is awesome. 3 remake is still pretty solid, but not as good. But I think 4 remake, everything about it looks great. So, um, the draft goes back to
Okay,
you, Sky
so
85. So let's
so
see.
it's yeah, Snake Draft. So I think my next game. All
This is
right, so I'm
kind of
looking at the top
unfair for
available
me.
games. Um, I think we'll have to go with uh Star Wars Jedi Survivor.
Oh, okay. I wasn't expecting that one. I was expecting what I'm gonna pick.
Fallen Fallen Survivor Order.
Yeah. Okay. I mean, that's an interesting pick. I didn't finish the first one. I only played like an hour of it, and it was really glitchy. So I'm wondering, you know, how great of a choice this is. But I think it's safe. I think Star Wars is. I think there's going to be a review bump to a Star Wars game that's good, just because people like Star Wars. Like I feel like a
Yeah.
good. If the game's a 7 out of 10 objectively, I feel like it'll get an eight, eight and a
It
half,
bumped up
just
like
because of
an
Star
8.
Wars.
Isn't that
Yep.
EA?
Star Wars.
Yeah, it is EA, but the first one people like
Yep.
it. I
Right.
don't know what the first one has, but on Metacritic, I'll look it up on my phone real quick. If there's any other thoughts we had,
I like how you're picking games you're probably not even gonna play.
you got to play to win.
So, yeah,
Play to win,
I'm
brother.
I'm
Play
here
to
to
win.
win, brother.
Oh
See,
yeah, what do we win?
we'll come up with something good. We'll come up with winner and loser. All right, so Star Wars Fallen Order highest review score is on PC and Xbox One. They're both tied at 81% for the first game. So
You know what? That's
I'm
not
gonna
bad.
assume that probably 85 would be fair, as long as the game doesn't come out as a mess. I think that's probably a pretty safe pick. So, any other thoughts on Star Wars?
Nope. Let's move on to the next
See, I thought for
new
sure you
pick.
were gonna pick this one that I'm picking. I think very clear Final Fantasy 16. Um, Square Enix. I don't know what Square Enix has been up to this year. They're just wilding out. They're going insano mode. I don't. They released 300,000 games, and no one played most of them. But this game, I think they're just clearing the road for this game. It looks great. Um, they're claiming Seven Remake Part Two is going to come out next year as well. I wouldn't put that on my list because I don't believe it's going to come out next year. But this is, I think, very clearly going to come out next year. And from everything I've seen of it, it looks really, really good. So, any thoughts on Final Fantasy 16?
Nope.
I don't know.
I,
I don't really
yeah,
play 'em.
I think it's going to be a
The
good
only
one.
Final
So,
Fantasy games I played was the third game, Final
yeah,
Fantasy 3 on the DS,
yeah,
and
that's
then
a
Final Fantasy
well
7.
beloved one.
I mean, I thought it was good. I guess I never played the others to have like a good reference.
You got to catch up. You played Seven Remake, so that one's good.
I mean, yeah, it's not bad. I'm sure 16 would be fine, but I
I
thought
think
the
16.
Star
I
Wars
mean,
was way
everything they've
better
showed
than
at
let's see.
16 looks really good. So we are back up to Clardonic's Media Monopoly for his pick. Let's see what we got here.
Finally.
We're
So
going the indie route.
my strategy is all indie, and I'm gonna pick what will most likely be the biggest indie game of the year, assuming it actually comes out.
I think I know where you're going with this.
Oh no.
There we go.
Oh
That's a
no.
great pick. That's a really good pick.
Yeah.
Yeah,
It
I think
doesn't
there's
have a release date though. That's
well,
the
there's like
that's the
I
biggest
know
concern.
it's gonna be on the Xbox Games Pass, and they said like we're showing off games that are coming out like within the next year or something. So I think it has to come out in
Yeah, it
2025.
almost has to.
Right. It's been anticipated for so long.
Yeah, I mean, the first game, well beloved. I think they've been working on this one forever. I think it's an easy dub.
Yeah, slim chance of it being bad.
Yeah, I think that's a good, safe, but good choice.
Yeah. If it comes out this year.
Oh my.
All right, what do we got next? Okay, Snakes, so it's back to you again.
Yeah.
Oh, I get two in a row.
Yeah, it's Snakes.
All right,
It's just snakes draft.
let's go with let's see. Man, I don't know if this game's gonna come out, but we'll see.
See, that's what I'm trying to avoid is games that won't come out. Oh,
Kerbal
okay.
Space Program 2.
Yeah, that one's been isn't that's been in the work for a while, right?
I think so. I thought it was
Hmm.
coming out 2023, but
Okay.
see
Interesting
they do
draft.
like yeah, they do like I think they're gonna do like a almost early access thing. So I think that kind of increases my chances of the game actually releasing next year. I don't know. It looks fun. I want to just like crash spaceships and stuff.
Okay. I'm hesitant on that one, but I think that it could pay off well. But yeah, I don't know if it's gonna fully. I don't think they count early access stuff for this, so
Oh
um,
no.
if it doesn't come out full release, then you might be falling behind.
I'm not gonna win anyway.
I don't know. The indie route could be good. I think that's a safe
Yeah,
route to go.
yeah, it's all about the Metacritic scores, not about popularity of the game. So
Yeah, I think that's a safe way to go. So, um, yeah, it's not. We're not doing this on game sales, or we're not doing this on. If you did it on game sales, you put like Call of Duty or something. But it's my turn to draft, right? Okay, I'm gonna draft.
yep.
This could be. I don't think it's going to be. This could be a little sus, but I'm gonna pick Fire Emblem Engage. Um, I don't see a lot of people talking about this one so far. It comes out next month, so there's not a whole lot of hype for it, but I think it looks good. Graphically, it's a huge step up from Three Houses. I think the Koei Tecmo studio Gust is working on it, from what I've heard, and they do the Atelier games. Those say what you want about those games; they look pretty graphically good for the Switch, and anything to not have that crusty Koei Tecmo look where they don't anti-alias anything. So I think it's going to be good. I don't. I mean, Nintendo games I feel always score pretty well unless it's something that you can obviously see is they're just dumping out. So I think this is a good pick. I'm looking forward to it. It's next month already, so we'll get some payoffs. Since these two games don't come out until May and June, we'll get some points payoffs pretty quickly. So, any thoughts on Fire Emblem Engage?
Nope.
I didn't even know this game existed until you just mentioned it.
Yeah, it's coming out. I
Yeah,
feel like no one's
it's
talking
coming
about
out
it.
in a few
I'm a
weeks.
little scared because it comes out like January. Let me look up.
Yeah, January
January
20th.
20th. So yeah, it's coming out soon. I'm just not sure anyone is paying attention, but we'll have to see. All right, Sky 85, up to you now. Let's
All
see
right.
your choice.
Okay, so I think my next pick will be. So I get two picks because of Snake Draft. So I think I'm gonna go with Street Fighter 6.
Ooh, that was going to be my next pick, but that's a good one.
Another game that's pretty highly anticipated. Uh, from what I saw, it looks pretty good. And
Yeah, I
then
think it's a big step up. I hate the box art. I don't know if you see the box art, but the box art is something special. But it looks like a big step up from five. I think fighting games are a good. It's a good bet on a fighting game. I don't think, and especially with Street Fighter, I don't think it's gonna go awry. So yeah, could be good. I think that's a good pick. I was gonna pick it next. So, any other thoughts on Street
yeah,
Fighter 6?
no
That's a
more
resounding
thoughts.
no. Let's see your next one, Sky 85.
Ooh, this next pick is just. I think we'll
Let's see
have
it.
to go with.
I'm waiting.
I'm waiting with bated breath.
Waiting with bated breath.
I'm
Let's
very
go with
excited to see this next pick.
let's
You're
go with
typing.
Like a Dragon
Okay, Like a
Ishin.
Dragon Ishin is a good one.
Just
Um,
because I have no explanation for this one.
I mean,
It's
I
just
think
Yakuza. I don't know.
Yakuza's safe. Yakuza's a safe 80 plus. Um, this is like kind of a half remake of a game we never got. That was a PS4 game that never came out outside of Japan. Um, and yeah, they skipped last year for any kind of Yakuza release, so I think people are wanting it, and I think it's time. I think that's a good choice. Let's see here. So I'm gonna pick another safe one. And that choice is Spider-Man 2.
Mm.
That they just announced is supposed to come out fall 2023. I think that's pretty safe that it's going to come out fall 2023. And I think that's a pretty safe bet just in general for that game that it's going to be good. I don't think Insomniac's going to do us wrong. First game is already really solid. I think if and Miles Morales was really solid. I think if they just expand on that, then it's pretty clearly going to be a good game. So I don't have any doubts on that one. Any other thoughts on Spider-Man 2?
See, I never even heard of that being
Oh,
announced.
you
So it's like,
you reacted on my uh Sony when they did the presentation. You were on my live stream reaction where they announced this game.
well, I don't remember. So that's
Oh, okay.
bad.
Well, maybe
I
you
was
have dementia.
I was confused a little
I
bit about
probably do.
because I thought the Miles Morales was Spider-Man 2, but I guess they didn't
No,
really attach a number to that.
no, it's like a
Is it
shorter game.
is it
Uh,
DLC technically or
no, it's a full game, but the regular Spider-Man is about maybe 15 hours, and Miles Morales is like about the story is like 6 hours, and then maybe 10 hours to complete everything. So it's just a shorter side game. It was $50 instead of 70, so it was kind of like an in between game. So we are going to Clardonics Media Monopoly for the next draft, next two drafts.
Okay, I got like a list of games that I wanted to draft, and I'm starting to like get through the more like known ones, and now I'm like getting into like some real obscure territory.
Well, I can shine some light on some games that people might not
Exactly.
know about. So
We don't need to pad the pockets of like the
yeah,
AAA execs.
you gonna draft
All
your
right,
own game, Overbode?
I wanted to, and then I'm like, man, nobody's gonna play this. So
Well, here's the thing though. That's also like you could just make the game really good, and then like you know, could be collusion with yourself. You could really
um,
get 100% on Metacritic, and then yeah,
it's like fraud.
yeah, it'd be fraud.
All right, I'm drafting a game. So my next pick is Gunbrella. It's a Devolver Digital published game. It's like an action platformer sort of thing.
Okay, it's a good choice.
Yeah, I think it's probably. Yeah, I think it'll review well. I'm sure. And then let's see. Let's see. And then I'm picking a real obscure indie Metroidvania game called Nine
Call of
Souls.
Duty.
Call of Duty. No, Nine
Yeah,
Souls, which is supposed to come out next year, so I'll at least get something.
yeah, I think those are good choices. If you're going the indie route, I think Devolver Digital is usually pretty safe. They are good, if nothing else, kind of purveyor. Is that the right word? Of like games that are going to be at least pretty solid. I don't think they pick duds very often, so
They buy reviews.
yeah, probably. Let's see. Okay, so I have a couple thoughts with this next one. I'm thinking it's risky because they said 2023. It could get pushed, but I don't think they're going to want to push this. Um, and that is Pikmin 4.
Mhm.
So I'm thinking this is a good one just to have. Pikmin 3 is great, and it's been a while. I think Pikmin 4, Miyamoto announced that they've been working on it, and it's almost done since 2015. Obviously, it got reworked or something, but I think it's been long enough. I think like Pikmin 4 is a pretty safe bet to come out this year if they said it is. I don't think it's going to get delayed or anything, although we haven't seen any gameplay. We haven't seen much of it, but
Did they say anything about 2023 with this?
yeah, the trailer said 2023.
Oh.
So I'm going to put it in on Pikmin 4. We're going to see how that goes for us. And next up, we're getting.
I was trying to remember what was like on Nintendo's docket, and they really haven't announced much. It's just like Zelda, Pikmin,
Yeah,
and then I
Zelda
guess
Fire
that
Emblem.
Fire Emblem.
Yeah, I think it's a good choice. Let's see what Sky 85 Interactive Entertainment
All
has
right.
to choose for his next draft.
So 2 picks.
2 picks.
All right. So I'm going to go with. We're going to go a little bit deep into top available games. I'm actually going to pick Wild Hearts.
Okay, that's I think that's could pay off. Maybe risky, but I think it could pay off.
Yeah, it is risky, but from what I saw, it does look like it will be a decent Monster Hunter clone. I'll probably be out of all these games I picked so far, I'll actually be playing that game most likely.
Is it like Cabela's?
Yeah, just like
Yeah,
it's actually more like Rapala fishing. No words
and
to
then
that. No words to the Cabela's. Yeah, it's the
no,
Koei Tecmo developed, EA published Monster Hunter kind of competitor. I think it looks good.
it
Um,
does.
I think the
It's
combat looks a
probably
little
one of
bit
the.
better than Monster Hunter, so
Is it multiplayer?
yeah.
It is multiplayer. Yes.
Hmm.
Is it just PS5, PC, and Series X? It's not on last generation?
Switch?
I don't think so.
No,
It must set
I
your Switch
probably
on
not.
fire.
It runs at like 240p.
Yep.
Yeah. Sad.
Right. And I'm going
Second
to
pick?
pick. My second pick will be Dead Space Remake.
Ooh,
And I have
Ah,
that's a
no
good
words
pick.
for it.
That's a good pick. I think the remake looks good. I know the first one's beloved. I just played through it actually for the first time ever a couple months ago, and pretty solid game. I think the remake looks good. I'm a little bit worried the studio, obviously not the original studio because the original studio shut down. The studio working on it hasn't done a whole lot of great stuff quite yet. They did the single player for Star Wars Battlefront 2, which was like a meme with how bad it was. So uh, maybe a little bit risky, but I think, I mean, once again, another January game, so you'll get at least some kind of payoff pretty immediately.
I mean, if all
Also,
they're doing
EA.
is just making the first game look better, I don't see how it could like review poorly.
I think they're changing a little bit with the story because I know in the first game Isaac does not talk, and he's going to talk in this one.
He like shouts and grunts and stuff.
Yeah, he doesn't talk till the second game. So, but he's going to talk fully voiced this game. So he kind of looks like Steven Crowder now too, which I'm not sure how I feel about that. Not positively for the most part, but what can you do? I see Sky 85 is a EA shill. Has put three
I
EA
know. I
games
was
on his
gonna
list.
say that.
3 EA games, huh? Interesting choices here.
We found
Um,
the imposter.
we found the imposter. So I'm gonna do something. Let's see if they'll even let me do it. I am
If they
going to
don't,
put. It doesn't have an official name yet, but it's gonna be pretty
is
well
it in the
reviewed.
system or do you have to add it?
It's in the system. It doesn't have a name, but it has a release date because they've said their release
Oh,
date.
what? I don't know what this is.
This year's Forza game, which is probably gonna be
Um,
Forza 8, Forza Motorsport 8. Um, but they're just calling it Forza Motorsport Xbox Series X for right now, spring 2023. Could be risky, but Forza simulation racer games are an easy bet. I'm playing to win. Sim racers are an easy bet, and Forza seems to be on top of it right now. Gran Turismo kind of launched a little bit messed up last year, and people always seem to love Forza, even if Xbox has nothing else going on. And I know no one has any thoughts on that, so let's just keep going.
I mean, I did play Horizon and I think 4, the one before it, but I'm not really interested anymore because it just seems like you just buy the cars with real money.
Yeah, they don't even have you know, AMC Pacer in the game, so who cares? Really? They're not
All
gonna put
right,
good cars in.
now we're getting into like real obscure territory.
What's it going to be? I'm excited. Okay,
There's no
what
way
is this game? I've not heard of this
you've
one. What
never
is
heard of
this?
this before. So it's by the developer of Papers, Please and Return of the Obra Dinn.
Oh,
He's
okay.
like a pretty acclaimed developer. And this is for the Panic Playdate, so the little handheld console with the crank.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I'm looking it up now.
Yeah,
Will
so
this get
my
reviewed?
my logic though is that if it does get reviewed, I can't imagine it would get reviewed poorly because like the people who are buying the Panic Playdate are, you know, probably they love the console and they're gonna love whatever comes out for it. So
That's an
plus
interesting pick. I think.
you got like one of the best game developers, in the past decade here. So
I mean, that's an interesting pick. Going off of, you're really depending on all five Playdate fans out there. But if they
well,
show up, you're going to be probably doing pretty well.
I think there's like 30,000 out in the wild right now, and they're like shipping like 50,000 or something.
I mean, I don't want to be too negative. I think the Playdate's a cool idea, but I mean, how many people bought it, messed around with it for like an hour, and then were like, "Yeah, that's pretty fun," and then put it away? Like,
Well,
I
you
know
can
there's a
be sure
dedicated.
though. I bet you the review sites have them, so there's a good chance it could
Yeah,
get reviewed.
it's an interesting choice. It could pay off. It could net you zero. I don't. I mean, it's not going to probably make you lose points, but it could net you zero. So we'll have to see.
I'd
And
rather
what's your
net
next pick?
zero. I'd rather net zero than side with EA.
Yeah, base. I'd rather die standing up than live sitting down.
All right, my next pick is Planet of Lana, which is a it's just a pretty cool looking indie game. It kind of reminds me of like Another World, but with like a much higher fidelity. I'm not sure if the gameplay is actually similar, but that's just what it kind of looks like to me.
Okay. Does this come out like definitively this year?
It said spring 2023, so
Okay. Is it like I'm looking it up now. Is this who's the developer? They new or
I don't know. I don't think it's just like
developer is Wishfully Games. They're Swedish, so it's their. This is their first game. It looks like. Okay. Yeah, I'm looking at it. The art style is really nice.
it's been like
Um,
covered by IGN and stuff, so it's
yeah,
definitely
spring
like on the
2023.
radar.
I think this will get reviewed. It's on Game Pass, right? It's on Game Pass.
I don't know. It might be. It looks like it's on the Xbox site, so it might be.
Okay. Yeah, that could be a good choice. All right. I don't have any idea what I'm gonna do for this next one, and I think I'm gonna do a two in a row. Xbox. Xbox had an abysmal 2022. We all know that. We all know Xbox didn't do too well this year. But I am going to pick Redfall. This is the new Arcane game. So, like Dishonored and Deathloop. Those Arcane's games don't sell great, but they always review well. And I don't have an Xbox. I'm not going to play this game, but, I'm playing to win. Any
I
thoughts?
thought I thought Deathloop was a pretty big game, wasn't it?
I
Like I
don't think it
remember
sold very well because it got.
really?
I mean, it was only on PS5, which was weird because it was
Didn't it
Microsoft
win
owned.
like awards or something?
Yeah, it won a lot of awards. I just don't think it sold well because it was $70, and then pretty quickly it was like down to like $20. So, um, I don't know, but it reviewed really well, and I think
Yeah,
Redfall could also do that.
IGN gave Deathloop a perfect score, so
See, don't bet against Arcane. You got to do it. All right.
True.
So we got the last two for Sky 85 that we're going to be doing today, and then we'll pick back up later with this. What do we have here?
Are these my last two? I better pick wisely, huh?
Yeah, we're going to pick our last two for now. I would definitely, focus on first half of the year or, huge games
Yeah.
that everyone's going to want to get because you could always pick something up later that you haven't got. I'm starting to lose my voice.
this is hard work.
Yeah, I know. This is. I'm just so enthralled.
Yeah, so I'm kind of out of just
Oh
picking
no,
games, whatever.
you're
Balan
But
Wonderworld
googling
2.
you're googling
let's
most
pick a
anticipated games right now.
let's pick let's pick a yeah, I'll pick Balan Wonderworld 2.
And
I think that's
Babylon's
gonna be a
Fall
Oh,
pretty
2.
solid choice there.
oh, I thought you were serious. I was like, that's not real.
Okay,
And then
Wolong, the Koei Tecmo game, okay?
yeah, another Koei Tecmo game. Um, and then let's see here. Scrolling through the games here.
So this is, I think, like, going to be kind of a hard game. Like their previous game, Neo, and then it's going to be like open world. I might be also confusing it with their other game, Rise of the Ronin, which are both look kind of similar. Wolong, I think, is Chinese Dynasty, while Rise of the Ronin's obviously Japanese, but they both look kind of similar, but they both look cool. I know Rise of the Ronin is PlayStation exclusive, published by Sony, and then Wolong is like has a it's going to be on everything, but it's on Game Pass day one. So um, I think that's a good choice. I think that game looks good. I forgot about that game, so that's a good choice. What's your next one?
What if he picked
Okay.
Rise of the Ronin?
Um,
You can. I don't. I wasn't gonna pick it.
can I? I'm not gonna pick it.
Rise
I
of the
don't care.
Ronin.
Let's. This is gonna be like probably the worst pick of all time.
I think no, I think that's like my whole bracket.
This is gonna be the worst pick of all time. Uh, so it's
Also, I
gonna
lied. You
be
have two more picks after this.
Metroid Prime 4.
oh, it's going
Oh
to be
no.
it's going
Oh
to be
no!
Quiet Man 2.
I
Uh,
don't think this game is gonna get bad. I think this game is an
No.
easy
it's not gonna
75
get
plus,
yeah, and
but I just don't like the first game.
yeah, the first game. I mean, I'm sure both of you played it.
Mhm.
It's boring.
Not great, but there's
People
a
like
chance
it.
they could improve it. I know there are people who like the first game, but if Square decides to use uh, their brains and sort of improve upon Octopath Traveler, then it
I
could
mean,
get a
as a
better
game, it's
review.
not great, but as like visual melatonin, it's fantastic.
Oh, maybe I
I
should.
mean, the game looks great.
I
So,
just remembered Various Day Life. Maybe I should pick that.
oh,
No, that's already out. You can't pick that one.
Oh, it's already out?
Yeah, it
Oh.
came out like in September.
can I pick Infinite on Discovery?
So you actually
Well,
have one
Various
more left.
Various Day Life did not get
Yeah.
good scores.
All right, so it's my turn now. I'm not sure what I'm gonna do here. Um, I have a couple things in mind, but I think I'm gonna go a little bit out of the way. This is a game published by Sony, not developed by them, though. Um, it's a Korean developed game, South Korean developed game, Stellar Blade. I think this game looks really cool. It looks kind of like a Bayonetta type game. Like graphically, it looks really nice, but the combat looks really cool from what they've shown. It was supposed to come out on everything, and then Sony came in and picked it up, made it exclusive. So obviously they see something. Sony doesn't really mess around with making crap. So if they're confident in this one, I think it's going to be pretty good. I'm
Okay.
I don't assume you guys probably have anything to say about this one.
No.
See, I was going to pick that one, but I don't. I just didn't remember the title, the game title, and I just didn't feel like looking it up. So GG's.
Okay, so this time Clordonix gets to pick his last two
My last two.
for this round.
All right. For my next game, I'm picking. It's called Dredge. It's like a
Metroid Dredge.
pretty much. No, it's like a fishing game, but it's It's not as boring as that sounds. It has like a dark, mysterious element to it. It's like a fishing adventure. And
When are
I
we
think
going
some,
fishing again?
yeah, I know we gotta, but I think some bigger um, gaming news outlets have like covered it, so I'm thinking it'll get reviewed.
Yeah, it's published by Team 17, so I'm going to assume it's going to get reviewed. They're a pretty
And
big indie
then
developer, publisher.
man, I really don't know what to do next. I got like a couple. I think
Call of Duty.
they're all kind of like a toss up. Yep, my favorite indie game.
Yeah, just throw it all out the window.
Yeah, how about like FIFA?
Let's do.
You gave
Let's
me a
see
good
what.
idea for what I should pick.
And then my next one's called Naiad. It's like I don't know if that's pronouncing it right. It's more like a like a vibe sort of game, not really like
It's all about the vibes, brother.
yeah, exactly. It's not like a challenging game or anything. It's more about the like the visuals and stuff. Maybe kind of like Journey, but I think this is like on some gaming outlets' radars too. So
Yeah, I think, there's always a few indie games that really blow up and really get beloved and every year, and I feel like any of these games could, well, maybe
I
not
mean,
Mars After Midnight, I'm sorry, but any of these games
hey,
could be that thing and they could really blow up.
that's gonna be my secret weapon. You wait.
I think it's safe. I think that's a safe secret weapon. Now, I'm going to pick probably my lamest pick here to finish out because I think it's easy points.
Metroid Prime 4.
No, I don't think that's a safe one at all.
There's probably a bunch of people that are picking Metroid Prime 4 and they're just gonna not get any points for it.
Huh, so this says that it is unavailable or ineligible. So I was going to pick MLB The Show 23, but I might have made it so there's no yearly installments.
Yeah, that might be a
Um,
yearly installment game.
Okay, so I'm not going to do that. I'll pick this instead. This is a little bit risky, but I'll pick Suicide Squad Kill the Justice League. Rocksteady, pretty talented. They've been working on this game forever, since 2015, pretty much. They haven't put out a full game, so I think this one will be good. I'm a little worried because it looks like it has some co-op elements in it, but hype seems to be big on this one, and I think that it could be pretty good. So that is my last pick for the day. Um, Aside from counter picks, which I don't know how we do those.
do we do those today?
I It
Uh,
might
it
want us to do
depends.
all 18 slots, um, which I wanted to at least do two counter picks to start the year with. Um,
Yeah, it doesn't
so
seem
I'll
like
have
you
to
have to
look
pick
into
them right
that.
away though. Yeah,
Yeah, I don't. I want to pause it and then pick up the last half later on in the year, but I don't know how to do that. But let's get Sky 85's final pick for the day.
I mean, leaving me with some of the some garbage picks here.
Now you know you can't pick FIFA, which it's not going to be FIFA anymore, right? It's going to be
I know
EA Sports
it's not
Football
FIFA
Club,
anymore. Yeah, now that I think
Football
about
Club.
it.
Rest in
There's
peace,
like
Pele. By the way, he
you
died.
should look at the games
Yeah,
list on the
rip.
website because there's a whole bunch of stuff
I
that
know. Oh, I
we haven't
see
even.
Metroid Prime 4. Metroid Prime 4 has a hype factor of 10.7.
But
Yeah,
there's
because no
like
one thinks it's ever going to come out.
Oh,
Starfield and there's a whole bunch of stuff.
I don't know. I'm not confident in Starfield.
Football Manager 2024. I mean,
Football.
yeah. Ooh, why don't we just go with why don't we just go with
this is the hardest
the
decision
Harry
of your
Potter
life.
game,
Ooh, okay.
Hogwarts Legacy. Again, uh just because it's Harry Potter.
Now this one, remember, and whatever you think about this one, a lot of outlets said that they're not going to review it because of J.K. Rowling.
You
Um,
picked like you picked like the most controversial game of 2023.
and
I know.
I'm also concerned too in the idea that it's coming to PS4, Xbox One, and Switch natively. Those ports aren't going to be good. I'm kind of wondering, will those bring it down? But it's a strategy. It could pay off. I think it has a lot going against it, though.
I
Would
think
you
the
pick it?
ports I think the ports are coming out later. So at the very least, you're gonna get reviews. I mean, does your reviews does it like change over time? Like your score?
I don't
Or
think
is
it
it just
can.
if it's just the initial reviews, I think that's just the PS5 release.
Yeah, I don't know if I think they also pick the highest rated one. So like if I pick Suicide
Oh
Squad, if
yeah.
it reviews higher on Xbox than PlayStation, they would pick that. Or um,
Yeah.
so did
So
you
it
get
looks
that in
like
there?
yeah. So I looks like it wants me to draft a counter pick.
Oh, now it
Uh,
does.
yeah.
I'm not seeing Hogwarts
I'm not.
Legacy though.
I mean, it's. I think it's still doing a
Just
snake draft, so it's
refresh
like
your page.
still me.
I saw it.
Oh, okay.
Really? It's
I
still
don't want to
for
refresh it
everyone.
because I'm afraid it might mess the
I don't think it'll mess it up.
draft up.
Well, it
Oh, it's
might.
time to draft counter picks. So okay, they're on our side here. Okay.
Yeah. So
So
should we
draft your
like
counter
take
picks.
turns?
Yeah, let's just keep going. And if they're gonna have us do counter picks, then
No, I think we go in
Uh,
order. I don't. Yeah, I think.
so yeah, just pick you're up for your counter picks.
okay. So it's still in order.
So counter picks, we want to think either the safe bet is to pick things that we don't think will come out this year and bet against that, but you also want to bet against games that are you don't think are going to be very good. You don't think are going to review well. So, but if you know counter pick something and then it gets an 80, then you lose 10 points. I believe is how that works. So,
Yeah. It's like the opposite.
but if it gets like a 60, so like the easiest counter pick of all time this year would have been Babylon's Fall.
Yeah. If someone drafted, it has to be a game that someone drafted.
Okay.
Uh,
Yeah, like you pick from our drafts. Yeah.
yeah. So I think
Which one of you guys would
my
have picked
counter pick.
Forspoken?
Just just gut my brain.
Yeah. Yeah. I avoided Forspoken and like, although I probably have some like good uh, counter picks myself. I
Oh,
think
you
I'm just
do.
gonna go with I'm gonna go with Mars After Midnight,
Oh
Oh, I
no.
was gonna pick that. I don't
the
know if
play
that game's gonna
dates.
be bad. I'm just not sure it's gonna even get reviewed. So,
Well, you guys are gonna.
Exactly.
It's gonna
all
be a
right.
big mistake. Just you
Now
wait.
is can you also pick uh the same games that I do?
Mars After Midnight is no longer on my list, so I
Oh
cannot pick
no.
that. I am
Okay,
I'm
gonna
gonna pick.
pick.
I'm gonna pick Zelda.
I'm picking
I'm
Hogwarts
picking Zelda.
Legacy. I'm just thinking that I don't need to talk too much about the controversy. I'm just thinking that it has an uphill battle at the very least. Plus, I'm
This
I'm
video.
not sure it's going to
This
be
video is
great to
already
begin with.
demonetized.
Yeah, that's true. We're talking about gaming, but
I think
what do
it'll
we
get
got?
reviewed. Let me
No,
see
it'll
what
get
we got.
reviewed, I think, but I'm just thinking that uh, I'm not sure it's going to be reviewed favorably.
I think I'm gonna go with. Oh man, I don't even
I
know.
think I have a pretty obvious counter pick on my list.
I'm gonna go with Star Wars, just because I know. Oh, do we only pick one counter pick?
Yeah, for now.
Look,
Yeah, I'm just going with Star Wars, just because I know the first game. Uh, it was reviewed well, but it also was kind of buggy, from what I understand. And I think EA is losing the Star Wars license soon, so maybe I don't know, maybe they'll rush this thing out or something.
No, I don't think they're losing the Star Wars license. I think it's
Or they're,
just that they don't have the exclusivity for Star Wars anymore. So like other
yeah,
companies can put out Star Wars games too. So
I don't
you
know,
want
we'll
to
see.
Everyone run down their list real quick, starting with
Yeah.
Clardonics Media Monopoly.
All right, we got Mina the Hollower, Hollow Knight Silk Song, Kerbal Space Program 2, Gunbrella, Nine Souls, Mars After Midnight, Planet of Lana, Dredge, Naiad, and then my counter pick, Star Wars Jedi Survivor.
Okay, so mine is for Objosoft: The Legend of Zelda: Tears of the Kingdom, Final Fantasy 16, Fire Emblem Engage, Marvel Spider-Man 2, Pikmin 4, Forza Motorsport, probably 8, but just the 2023 one, Redfall, Stellar Blade, Kill the Justice League, and I counterpicked Harry Potter.
That's not even what it's called, but
I
I
counterpicked
counterpicked
Hogleg.
not even the game, the person.
I counterpicked Daniel Radcliffe himself.
All right. For Sky 5 Interactive Entertainment, we have Resident Evil 4 Remake, Star Wars Jedi Survivor, Street Fighter 6, Like a Dragon, Ishin, Wild Hearts, Dead Space Remake, Wolong Fallen Dynasty, Octopath Traveler 2, and Hogwarts Legacy. My counterpick is Mars After Midnight.
Fort Mars After Midnight. I think this is a good
Yeah.
list. We will reconvene. We're not gonna. I know some leagues do it where they pick things up as soon as it's announced. I think we just reconvene with our budgets halfway through the year after E3, have an E3 discussion, and then kind of go from there. But I'm thinking we all got pretty good lists, and I also like. I think for the most part, we all picked stuff that's going to come out the first half of the year. Um, so we should be seeing pretty immediate uh, pretty immediate payoffs. So should be good. Any final words?
I
Yeah,
think
I'm just gonna say that you guys are gonna regret your counter picks. I'm thinking Hogwarts Legacy and Star Wars are gonna do very well. They're gonna get a 90 on Metacritic.
What if I were to tell you the last game that the Hogwarts Legacy
oh
team
yeah.
developed was Cars
Oh
3
no.
Driven to Win, and the game before that was they developed Disney Infinity?
No, you never know.
It is that is so bizarre to me. They like make like these like it's not low poly, but it's not to the same fidelity as like a Hogwarts Legacy, and then all of a sudden they're developing this.
Yeah, you
All
never
right.
know. It's gonna
Any
get 100 points.
100 points.
I
Wow,
don't.
that's bold. Just
I
the
think I
Switch
think
port will get 100 points.
I think my picks are probably the most
They're the most wild card.
uncertain. Yeah, just because. But you gotta side with the underdogs here.
I think you have a good way of doing it. I think your method is good. I think it could prove to be very strong. And I don't know. I appreciate that way of looking at it. Mine, I don't know. I went cheap. I think for the most part, I went for the easy plays, but we'll see how they pull off. I think I have a few that are um, more interesting, but I think for the most part, I got some easy guys in there. So, but that is it. I'd like to thank everyone for watching. Make sure to follow me on Twitter at Objo Gaming. Like the video if you enjoyed. Comment if you have any thoughts on our lists, or and you can play along as well at FantasyCritic.Games. Anyone else want to plug anything?
Uh, Look up Clardonics or Overboat on Twitter. You can check out my indie game that I'm developing.
All right. You want a Steam wish
Yeah,
list as well? Check that
Oh
out if
yes,
you're interested.
Steam wish list.
Guy 85
yeah. If you're a big fan of Monster Hunter,
or
I
Wild
know,
Hearts.
uh, or Wild Hearts, uh, the Monster Hunter Rise for PlayStation 5 and Xbox and Windows is coming out soon. So if you're excited about that, then you can check out my channel, my YouTube channel. Just look up Sky5.
Get
And
up
yeah,
to 1,000 subscribers so he can get monetized.
yeah,
My man gets
I
pretty good
am, I
views,
am
but
getting, I am, I am getting close to 1,000 subscribers. So,
let's get that final
check out
push
my
in.
channel. Check out my channel. If you enjoyed my content, then and you want to support my channel, then the best thing you can do is subscribe.
Yeah. All right.